Garage is a mess again, but supercharger is fixed. I only had to drive like 80 miles to Fastenal to get the right bolts and get them in. So we got the bolts in the supercharger, and they haven't, that's not the one I want. They haven't backed out yet, so I Loctited them in really good. They haven't came out yet. I put 50 miles on it today. Did a few pulls, so hopefully they last, because they lasted the few pulls I did today, which were just like 40 to 120 a couple times, third and fourth gear, a couple second and thirds, which is completely useless. It just spins second and third really bad. Top of third spins pretty hard. Fourth seems to hook, but right up top at about, I don't know, 6,800, 7,000, when full boost starts to kick in, it starts to spin fourth a little bit. But I mean, it's these. We only got 205, what are they? 205 5015 Nitto Neogens. I mean, they're trash. They're still warm, but they're junk. But so it survived the dyno, sort of. The supercharger had an issue, but the motor, that was what I was worried about. Motor and trans survived the dyno. It survived 50 miles of beat pulls today. It's super fun. Once this thing gets a tire on it and it actually hooks, like, it probably won't hook second still. If I can get it to hook third, that'll be huge, because as soon as you hit 60 miles an hour in third, it just blows tires off to 90. And then I short shift into fourth, and then it kind of, if it hooked all the way to 90 and I went to fourth, it would carry that power. But I don't want to bang it off the rev limiter and break the shaft off the supercharger, stuff like that. So once it blows them off in third, I just shift to fourth, which is, the tires are going faster than the car, so it's kind of shifting to fourth at too low of an RPM in a sense. But once it gets up there in fourth, it moves again. So once it hooks in third and I can take it all the way out hooking and go to fourth, it should work really good on the street. But like I said, if it survived the dyno, it'll get the official badge. So it's got the official badge on it now. I even washed it today. It doesn't really look like it because it needs to be like scrubbed. But I took it to the quick car wash just to get all the dust and filth off of it from sitting in here all winter. All the overspray and metal from me grinding on stuff. But I think I'm going to have it detailed here soon and really make it look good for a few weeks. Clean up a little bit, with the glass at least. It was really foggy, but she's a ripper. I mean, I only took a video of my very first pull, which will be the 40 roll, from 40 to like 110, I think it was, something like that. That was the first pull I did, so I took it easy on it because I didn't know where it was going to spin. I didn't want to hit the limiter. I didn't want to, I didn't know if it was going to pull left or right with the open diff and the tires and whatnot, so I took it easy on that pull. And then I did a little 2 to 3, which was just tire spinning the whole time, so kind of useless. So those are the only pulls I recorded today, but I'll make a little video and throw them in there. And then once I get this thing out for a full day, because I had the day off today, so I did a lot of running around and fixing this thing. But once I get a full day out with the car, we'll get a lot more videos of it pulling, and I'll figure out how to get it to hook third, if I have to, half throttle it or whatever. But we'll get a full video of it actually doing what it does. I need some tires on it for sure. That'll help it hook a little bit. Don't know what I'm going to go with yet. I was thinking some 888s, but we might just go with a full street slick. That way I won't have to worry. They'll warm themselves up once it starts spinning, and they'll just hook. So I'm thinking about getting a nice fat beefy tire for the front, which I'm going to do anyways. I need to. I'm going to leave the trans open diff and 6-speed right now. When that transmission breaks, it's either going to shear gear off, or the diff probably won't explode. I don't know, but it'll break either way sometime soon, I'm sure. So once the trans blows, we'll search for a 5-speed, and then we'll put a diff in it, and then we'll be good. I mean, but yeah, here's the two little baby pulls, my first pull in it so far. So once I get more seat time in it and stuff, I'll go out and actually piss pound it. I just wanted to take it easy for the very first pull. I didn't know how it was going to react and where it was going to spin. I didn't want to bang off the limiter, all that stuff. So that was just kind of a feeler pull. But then I took it home after that, and I didn't record the drive I just took. So that was really all I got, was the very first pull, and then a little tire bacon and second and third. So, but yeah, I'll just throw a little video together for that, just to kind of show you it's done and it's on the streets. 50 miles it survived today, so that's a step forward for the supercharger being kind of falling apart on me for a little bit there. Okay, so here's the first test. We're going to do a 40 from third gear. This is still hanging, but I'm going to order a seat here probably this week, and then what else am I going to order this week? A seat, probably a wire harness. I'm going to order some grips. I'm going to order the throttle. I'm going to get some little things so that I have everything ready for the 190. So I'll get it all the wires ran. I'm going to order, yeah, that's another thing. I'm going to order lights, headlight, tail light. I'm going to get everything ready so that way I can pop the motor in, turn the gas on, and start it up and go ride it. I'll get a chain probably this week too. I just got to figure out, I got the spacer there, I got one over here. The tire is not straight, it's too far to the right now, so I have to put this spacer, or put a smaller spacer here and a bigger spacer here, so I might just flip-flop the two, but I put these bolts in the sprocket, so if I go over any more, it's gonna get close to hitting the swing arm. So I mean, I can get some shorter bolts, whatever, no big deal, which I might have to. And it's clearly over too far to the right, because if you look at the chain, it'll end up going straight up there. It won't be wide enough. So I gotta space the rear out, get some little things for it, get the seat, all that stuff, brake lever. But other than that, I mean, it's coming along. So we'll get some progress on this. Hopefully, I'll order some stuff this week or this weekend, because today's Wednesday, and then I'll probably get some parts next week, so we'll have some updates on this. I'm still trying to sell one of these turds. Someone needs to buy one, because if they buy one of these, this will be done the same week. So I mean, I'm still waiting for the other half of my tax return, which has been taking a million years so far. But this thing I rode the other day after I changed the oil, it's running good as usual. So but yeah, I got some things to sell. I got some Jeep Wrangler wheels, 2 sets of them. These ones got some diggers on them. I'm trying to sell these. I'm trying to sell one of the bikes, or both of the bikes. I don't know. I mean, I'll sell both. I'd rather keep one, but I mean, I'll sell both if someone wants to buy 2. Got to finish the bike. The car's done. I still got to get underneath it and fix the exhaust. It's hanging a little bit low because I had it resting on the jack stand when I put the exhaust on and tightened it, and when I lined the muffler up, this and that, and I never went back under there to straighten it out. It doesn't scrape or anything like that. It's just from the back you can kind of see it hanging a little bit lower than it should. But all I gotta do is loosen one bolt, twist the pipe up, clamp it back on. I'm just too lazy to do it. But so yeah, there it is. And this shift box, the K-Tune box I put in here, compared to the stock box I've been using the last 3 years, I love the way this thing shifts with that. It is just, it's so smooth, but yet so notchy, which is what I like, to be able to feel each gear really nice. So that shift box I really like. I'm going to lower it down a little bit. I have it set really tall right now, which I do like, but it needs to come down maybe like 3 inches and it should be perfect. So, but yeah, This thing is complete. Now we just gotta cross our fingers that the supercharger doesn't give me any more issues with those bolts getting stripped out. It's not hard to fix them. You just gotta pull the housing off, put a helicoil in it, this and that. There's 6 holes. We put a helicoil in 1, and the other 5 are fine, I think. We Loctited them, but I mean it's been holding, so we're just gonna kind of assume it's good. But obviously for the next, a couple 100 miles, if it lasts, I'm gonna keep checking on those bolts and stuff and make sure nothing's coming loose or falling out, because that would just be bad. And I don't really have $2,500 to just buy a new supercharger head unit, so we're gonna do what we can to keep this one working. Obviously, I let off early in 4th because there was a PT Cruiser in front of me. So right when it started to kind of, I don't know if it was spinning or if it was just the power coming in, because that's 14 psi up top. Right when it started to taking off in 4th and really pulling, is when I had to let off, because my rotors are warped and I don't want to get on the brakes too hard. And I was gaining on a PT Cruiser pretty hard. So, but yeah, we'll definitely get some more videos of it pulling 3rd, 4th, fully and hard all the way through the gears. So, but yeah, there it is. This is where all my money is right here. This is why my wallet's empty 24/7.